West, y'all. I'm Shy XL, man. And let me tell you something. We different over here. We big steppers. Let's go.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Yo, what you say? No, we don't play you out your mind. Watch what you say, that type of shit could get you lined. And if you search, then let me tell you what you'll find. The city is mine. Just a mud who became the pick of the litter. Now my name ring bells when you talk heavy hitters. Nice nigga, but don't make me transform like Thriller. Sam Cooke a nigga beat like I was born by the river. Go get her, you piss her, you get off of the shitter. Can't put you in the spotlight, you niggas are with her. Keep an eye open round for any nigga that slither. Cause it ain't no sunshine here like Bill Withers, whoa. Fuck you know about this life I live. How you gon' talk to me like I ain't lose no rib? Like I ain't lose no crib, ain't lose no kid. Ain't sleep in my car and I ain't lose no gig. Shit, I never gave an order that I ain't did. And I ain't never take a fucking thing that I wouldn't give. Always kept it a bill, homie, I ain't fib. And if I had to go sit, then I just do my bid. Yo, my whole team full of steel beams we can't fold. Your whole circle full of some squares you can't roll. That's why we always take it to levels you can't go. Talk shit, but you can see me with these hands though. If looks to kill like Cyclops, these niggas wanna see me in Pine Box. Know that on my watch, got a better chance to rewind clocks when you quit nigga when time stops, bitch. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa.
This flow is award-winning. Torment him, bomb to death, I'm bored with him. Trash him, throw him away with the has-beens. Ice cold with the flow, I'm Alaskan. You was in the fucking jungle in the past tense. I be with the lions, they my friends, Harold Baskins. And like her, they'll never find a body. Tiger stripe tracksuit, feeling like Joe Exotic. Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know I got it. Feeling like Alonzo, surgical with the shotty. All you see is skull and bones, Illuminati. Probably, I be the illest nigga to do it. I just talk shit on the beat and they call it music. I just come provide you with heat, remain the coolest. You ain't never been in the street with all the shooters. I was sipping yak with rioters and looters. Gotta keep my boots laced, shoot straight. Run up on you with the deuce 8 in a screw face. It's bad out here, my style effortless. 2 hands hugging a Ruger, so affectionate. Lot of suckers don't want war, I'm respecting it. Biggest stepper, snatch your plate, the hood starving. Cause they got beard shoot trades like James Harden. Straight from NY to Philly, we still mobbing.
Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa. Go get a big stepper. Hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, my niggas. Certified one West hitters, whoa.
Alright, we gonna take it to the new school right now. My man Shaw, Servce, holding it down. You know we waiting on y'all. We sit back waiting on them chariots. Hey yo Shaw, let them know, come on.
Talking about how much money you got, but in reality the Lord just got you there to watch it fall. What's gonna save you in the end, but if you don't know, comprehend. Choose knowledge over silver and gold. No, we ain't the same, I'm in the UPK. Ordained by the Lord to drop the jewels to poverty. The poverty, it looks so wild when we out on this bitch. And no, we don't play no games, so stay home, little kids. It's like a sword what we say, but it's in the game like EA. Boy, know your lane like freeways, or I have to see like CJ. I got my grind and replay, but I want your life like relay. I'm at they neck, cause I'm up next, nigga. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown. Niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest and prophet, okay. Got money paying tithes for me. My people starving like some damn puppies. I'm a big dog, use a damn puppet. The lowest nigga in the school can probably show you something. Somebody bring me some wine. Is it my baby? That's Lil' Bae. I call her that cause she whine. I'm in my mood, that's all the way. I should have been named prime time. But I'm a prince, so call me Shaw, and I'll be quite fine. Yeah. Cherry and I'm whipping. I whip it like a new slave, the rose is different. Whip a devil for fun cause he looks suspicious. Can't take the heat, will get your pussy ass off my list. Remember the days of old, could've booked the vision. I got a penny in my pocket, so I can't afford to skip it. Can't afford to forget it. Affected by it, me and my niggas. Dear Lord, let me get them, okay. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown. Uptown. Hey, niggas swear they gotta hit what batter up now. Up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest and prophet, okay.
You already know we preach the prophets of the Lord. It's only us and nobody else, man. We waiting on them chariots.
First reader, present thyself in the registry. Five good, pass me the challenge. Four. The chalice. Yes. That's the one we made. Get your sword.
Leia Shalom.
Magyum, which means stand. Upon Yakudam, turn to face the east. This Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Shabbat Shemai, Shabbat Shemai, Hayat, Shabbat, Yahweh, Sabbath, Ratazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Ratazak, Kawak, Hayat, Shemai, Tadmina, Kal, Wong, Asalakmina, Kabawatna, Asalakna, Kabawatina, Ola, Abiana, Sawan, Abal, Abshana, Mayad, Rat, Kaya, Ka, Lakwa, Ha'am, Ha'para, Ha'ulamu, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Breath of the cock, power with evil. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Baba Kashah. A thunder now. Call my Kallah. Call my Ruach. Not the heart. I'm not the Zarang. The hot wheel. The mop wheel. The cat. Arakuak. Atama the Garsha. Hakshim Yamshah. What I'm on. In English, Yahweh. In India, Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In India, Yahweh. Thank you so big. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Barak the Naw. Yasha'al. Wahaba Sapari. Bashim Yahweh. Waraman. In English, Yahweh. In Yahweh. Bless us in Yasha'al. And the school. In Yahweh. Thank you so big. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayandi. Al-Bahari. Laya. Azar. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Baratazar. Al-Yatham. Lamwa. Gol. Al-Yarawam. Shmar. Arna. Al-Awam. Al-Son. Shawamar. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Zol. Al-Yah. Yahweh. Hashemat. La'ah. Kaka. Vayirak. Walayila. Yahweh. Yashemar. Makal Rak. Yashemar. Atnapas. Yahweh. Yashemar. Taza'at. Wabawa'at. Laitha. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the heavens. Once coming from my heaven. My help coming from your house. Which maketh heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth God's child shall neither slumber nor sleep. And how was thy keeping? How was thy shade upon thy right hand? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. How shall preserve thee from all evil? He shall preserve thy soul. How shall preserve thy going up? And thy coming in. It's not for, and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew are the Adam Yalaka. Al-Tafarash. For all that's what. Oh, Kayakana. Our Yabika. Yahama Yawan. Omasanaika. Sha'awa Ra'ash. Al-Amika. Ariyamba. Sawada. Waya Faya Aitazawa. Altaza Pawanyika. Amara. Lakawak. Wanaka Yadam. Magawi. Wala'a. Yasakar. From Yasha'al. Awada. Kaya. Nawa Aitazawa. La. Yakaku. Adi. Baya. Yakarat. Ahali. Adawam. Waya Shema Alayam. Hawa'am. Al-Hadari. Jabal. Amwan. Amalak. Halisha. Army shot. Taza war. Yam Asha war. Nalawa. Amma. Ayawa. Harawa. Baniwa. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kamani. Kasiya Sarah. Kayani. Barakah. Oyashwa. Nashaman. Bayan Na'ar. Aywa. Dama. Badam. Satam. Nadaya Bawa. Kara. Zab. Zabak. Zamana. Kama Sakam. Asha. Amar. Dayusha. Nawa. Nawa. Alahaya. Alahaya. Satam. The Gabala. The Quats. Hanya Raka. Aba Iron. Kalaham. Kalahat. Haryam. Kankardak. Basari. Wabasabapa. Babalaham. Mala'ak. Hanyaham. Palawan. Wayabakwashu. Samkat. Yahaw. Yabashu. Wayabahaw. Ali'ay. Wayasapaw. Wayababaw. Wayadaibu. Wayatha. Samkat. Yahaw. Wabat. Ayawan. In English, so keep slacking. Keep not that silence, oh God. Not that peace. You're not still, oh God. For lo, our enemies make the tumult. They that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, come. Let us cut them off from being a nation. That the Nebi Yasha'Allah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and Hagarine, Gabal, and Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Who unto them is unto the Midianites. Ashes to Sarah. Ashes to Jabesh. The work of Kisar, which perished at Endor. They became dung for the earth. Make the nobles like a rat. Like that. Yeah. All the princes at Sabbath. And that's our move. Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. On my power. Make them like the wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burning the wood. And as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. Make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. They may seek thy name. Oh, Yahweh. To be confounded in trouble forever. To be put to shame and perish. That they may know that thou, his name alone is Yahweh. Art the Most High. Over all the earth. For the power structure in Hebrew, Barak Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Amen. Alahaim. Atazab Yah, Alawak Yaham. Alawak Yasarani. Patazayim Yah. Hakayari. Wahapati. Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Tawarama. In English, blessed be Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. Invite the angel. The man in general Yahweh. The general. The captain. The officers, the troopers, the handlers, Yahweh, the name Yahushua. Thank you, so big. Talk to the front. about this. All right, Yeshabi, be seated. Shalom, Israel. Y'all Basim Yahshua, Barakatam to the brothers. Y'all Shamal Atam Basim Yahshua to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes. We are still in the Feast of Weeks. We got about I think another 5 or 6 Sabbaths to observe before we would end up closing the Feast of Weeks. It's also known as the Feast of First Fruits. Any questions, comments, and concerns on how to observe, where to go, contact the school near you. We are located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 4221 West North Avenue, Unit 101, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53208. You can contact 414-293-3869 for more information. This is Milwaukee Sabbath service. We are in Exodus. So we're going over the scriptures that we went over last time. I had skipped the week of Passover. So just to kind of overlap, we're just going to go back, reread these 49 verses. So we are in Exodus chapter 21, verse 31. Whenever you're ready, let them know where you're at and kick it off.
Come. Like you said, 21.
21. Should be in. Yeah, should be over here.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 31. Our bun.
Like, while you're over there, can you hand me one of the small tonights? Come.
Yagach. Yagach. Awabah. Yagach. Shapat.
Should be Kamashapat.
Kamashapat. Huzzah. Yeah, Aisha. Law.
It's gonna be a little while.
Law.
Start clapping up, good brother. Just for time's sake, because we are going to be heading to Chicago after Sabbath service. We got a pretty hard cutout at 12 o'clock. So just for time's sake, I'll continue reading. Exodus chapter 21, verse 32. Ibak, Yagak,
Hashar, it's like Hashawar, Awa, Ama, Kasa, Shalashim, Shaquali, Yatan, La Daniel, Wahashawar, La Paqua, it's like Yap, it's like Yasaqual, verse 33, Wakaya, Yapatha, Ayach, the war, it's like Bawar, Awa, Kaya, Yakara, Ayach, Barak, Wala'a, Yakasanwa, Wanapal, Shema, Sawar, Awa, Kamawar, verse 34, Ba'i, Abawar, Yashalam, Kasa, Yashaya, La Ba'al Yuwa, Wahama, Yahya, Lawa, verse 35, Wakaya, Yaga, Shawar, Ayat, Shawar, Raihoa, Wama, Wamakara, Hashawar, Hakaya, Wakata Zawa, Kasapawa, Wagam, Hama, Yachat Tazawan, verse 36. Awa, Nawadai, Kaya, Shawar, Naga, Hawa, Mathamawa, Shalasham, Wala'a, Yashamaranwa, Ba'aliwa, Shalom, Yashalom. So, yeah, Shawar, Thakha, Hashawar, Wahama, Yahaya, Lawa, verse 37. And this, I think, is where we had kind of the issue the last time, where in the Hebrew, it went down to 37. In the English, it stopped at 36. And the 37 was actually the first verse in chapter 22. But just for our count's sake on this side, I'm going to stop that. Yeah, we'll continue this reading. So 37, Kaya, Yaganab, Ayach, Shawar, Awa, Shahab, Watabakwa, Awa, Makarwa, Hamashat, Bakwa, Yashalom, Thachat, Ashawar, La Rabbi, Taza'aw, it's like a Taza'an, Thachat, Hashat. All right, so that's those 7 verses going into the English. Exodus chapter 21, verses 31 through 37.
Shalaka, why would it be like that?
I'm not exactly sure. I got to ask.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 31. Whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter, according to this judgment shall it be done unto him.
So now again, we're going to be going over some of the civil and domestic disputes between Israel. Again, this is coming out of Egypt. So we're in our own land, and well, it's like in the wilderness, trying to civilize our society now, coming into our own. So these are some of the ordinances that are being established so that we can keep the peace when we had some issues in between each other. So for this example, it's an ox goring somebody's son or somebody's daughter, and what the judgment is on that. Keep going.
Verse 32. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their masters 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned.
So now these animals, they are also getting put to death. Because some of these can be learned and established behaviors. So now, same thing that same analogy I had used last week with if you got a dog that's prone to biting people, it's known in the neighborhood to bite people. That dog is going to get put down if it does get loose. If it's done it in the past, and that's kind of the reputation of it.
That's right.
And if the owner's not keeping that dog properly impounded and it gets loose, the responsibility is on the owner.
That's right.
Keep going.
Verse 33. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, an ox or an ass fall therein. Verse 34. The owner of the pit shall make it good and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be his. Verse 35. And if one man's ox hurt another's, that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide.
So they're going to sell the one that did the killing, the one that died, because that is a lawful animal. They're going to divvy that up for food. Keep going.
Verse 36. Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in time past, and his owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own.
Back into the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 22, verse 1. Look on. I know. You have to overlap though. And actually, like you read verse 1 of 22.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep.
All right, now back into the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 22, verse 1. B'machat Torah, Yamat Slak, Yamat Taza'ah, Hagana, Wahaka, Wama, Ayat, Ayan, Lawa, Damiyam, verse 2. Zaracha, Hashamash, Ayawa, Damyam, Lawa, Shalom, Yashalom, Ayam, Ayan, Lawa, Wanamakar, Baganabatwa, verse 3. Hamataza'ah, Tamataza'ah, Bayadu, Haganabah, Mashawar, I, Hamawar, I, Shahah, Chayayam, Shanyam, Ya Shalom. Verse 4. Kaya. Ya Ba'ai. Ayash. Shara. Awa. Karam. Washtalak. Ah. Bayaru. Bayaru. Wa Ba'at. Bayaru. Bayar. Good. 22 and 4. Bastara. Akha. Mayata. Sharwa. Wa Mayata. Karamu. Ya Shalom. Verse 5. Kaya. The Taza'ah. Ash. Wa Ma Taza'ah. Kotazayam. When I call. Gariyash. Awa. Hakuma. Awa. Hashara. Salam. Ya Salam. Hamaba'ai. Ah. Haba'ai. 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 Slak. Slak. Habayra. Verse 6. Kaya. Yathan. Ayash. La'a. Raihuwa. Kasa. Awa. Karyam. La Shema. Wagana. Makayat. Ayash. Yamata Za'a. Hagana. Ya Salam. Shanyam. Verse 7. La'a. Yamata Za'a. Hagana. Wanakwara. Ba'ai. Habayat. Ha'alahan. Slak. Saga. Ha'alahayim. La'a. Salat. Yarwa. Bamalaka. Raihwa. In English. Starting at 22 and 2 through 8.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. Verse 3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
Keep your hands to yourself.
That's right.
If you get caught breaking into somebody's place, trying to rob them, I mean, initially they might not know what the hell you're doing in their home for. At that point, it kind of don't matter. You cross that line, get ready to forfeit your life. They get you stealing from them, and they put you to death right there. Not saying that they have to, but as that homeowner, you come into their property and they put you to death right there. That's it. Now, obviously, he's a dead man. He ain't got nothing. His death, unfortunately, kind of paid the price for it. It doesn't make that man whole, but he also didn't get away with anything. So that punishment is his death. If he were to live, whenever he comes to recover, now he owes. He owes that man just for the simple offense that he broke into his home to rob of his hard-earned goods. Keep going.
Verse 3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. So like I said, that is reading.
Keep going.
He should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
He will be put into slavery. That's going to be that consequence. If he ain't got nothing to repay it with, you're going into servitude. You will be sold into servitude. The profits from that's probably what's going to go back to the person that you try to steal from. You going?
Verse 4. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double.
So now if you're caught red-handed in the act of it, you didn't get away from it to make a profit of it, you just get caught in the act of it, your restitution is going to be double.
That's right.
Good? Because at this point, he probably, like, this would be more of a case of if you stole from somebody and you got away, you didn't sell it or for a profit or anything yet, but you got out of the scene of the crime, and then you get caught with the stolen goods. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution.
So if you got livestock and you're just being either lazy or inconsiderate, and your beast going to another man's field and eats up their fruits and vegetables, eats up their crops, their plants, the best of your harvest, the best of your field, would then go to that man to replace his.
That's right.
Keep going.
Verse 6. If fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution.
This is just fire safety protocols, man. You got to be like, even right now, you got certain guidelines that you have to follow. You got to be X amount of feet away from structure, X amount of feet away from power line. If it's too dry in the area, they'll probably won't let you burn nothing. And you got to take that into mind, because those embers, they rise up and they can travel while they're still on fire. If they were to settle down in some dry brush, that could, especially if it's real hot outside, very arid, that could catch fire, burn somebody's whole crop down. You're responsible for that. Pay attention to what you're doing. Keep going.
Verse 7. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double.
Keep going.
Verse 8. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hands unto his neighbor's goods.
Now, how often does this happen amongst us? You're about to go on vacation or something like that, or you're heading out of town for a little bit, and you entrust some of your property or even your money, some of your goods, some of the valuable items in your house, you entrust to a neighbor, to a relative, and it goes up missing. Somebody came in and robbed me. Well, now if they find that thief would owe double. Now, who's to say that person still wasn't behind it? There's also going to be a set of judges. You're going to take this to the council, and they're going to investigate the matter. They're going to see if that homeowner had his hand in that robbery. If he's got, if there's any suspicions, if there's any evidence that would point to him having involved, him or her having involvement in the matter, then I think it goes a little bit deeper into that as to what the restitution is. But there's going to be judgment on that matter too. But bring it to the judges first. Don't sit there and try to investigate it yourself, because you may be biased. You may be emotional about it. You may be biased. You may be heated. And you're not going to be able to make a clear judgment call on it, because you might end up painting the narrative for the evidence to have him guilty. And he might not have anything to do with it. or he might have had something to do with it, and you could get caught up in that moment, and now you're the one crossing the line that turns you into the bad guy, turns you into the lawbreaker. There's a very fine line between where you are in the right and you can be very much in the wrong. So take that to the men above you. Take that to the judges of whatever zone you in. If you got an ought with a brother, you go to him and him alone. If he doesn't hear you, you take it to the council. This is to help reaffirm civility and brotherhood amongst each other, especially and again, in these times, in the wilderness, coming out of captivity. Everything's chaotic. We're trying to reestablish dignity and order. So it's like decency and order. And restructure our society. So these are going to be some of the guidelines that people are going to be held to in order to keep that civility and in order to keep things fair too. You still might be mad about the situation, but at least you get paid the restitution. You can't do nothing about that fire eating up all your crops, except for you get the other man's crops, the best of his field, and at least you can sell it. You can keep it for yourself if you wanted, or you can sell that to replace the money that you would have gotten for selling your own goods. So there's that checks and balances here that's being established. And prior to, in the middle of this, that's why we teach so strongly about brotherhood and sisterhood. It's like 1 second, Pop. To ensure that we're keeping things like this in mind before they go wrong. So now if a brother comes to me with money, with goods, he's going out of town, he's entrusting with me because you don't trust where he lives, you don't want nobody to break in, he gives it to me. I need to take the right steps to keep that safe. I'm accepting the responsibility. I'm accepting that burden. So now if something were to go wrong, it is going to be my duty to pay the restitution to restore them to full. So these are some of the situations that we're going to see. And this isn't the exhausted list of it, but we can use a lot of these instances to map out different problems between us. Because ain't nobody I know got a donkey or an ox. Nobody I know is a farmer. But we can use these as kind of parallels for other things that may go wrong between us. Shalakia, will probably add something?
Shalakia, I don't know. What if you have more than the other guy who stole your crops, and his thing ain't speed up to your thing. His crops ain't up to your crops, and what then?
They will probably weigh that out. So again, they had said like if the fire had consumed it, or no, it's like if somebody had if somebody's animals had eaten somebody's vineyard, the best of his own field and the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution with. So they'll probably, like, if you had this much of a cornfield that got eaten up, but this much of that cornfield, say 1 acre cornfield, was worth twice as much of what he had. Yeah. So to make that equal, now he might not even just have enough in general to give it back. So now that there'll probably be a judgment matter on that too. Maybe instead of just that one-time payment, at the next harvest, he's also got to kick in again. So there would be that discussion again amongst the judges against to the men that are in that seat of authority to judge these matters. Go ahead.
Real quick, what you said is so heavy because that's the whole purpose of brotherhood. Because when you got somebody in that kind of situation, the whole purpose of brotherhood is communicating.
Right.
You can't communicate, you know what I'm saying? Which is you see this from back then all the way up until today. If you can't communicate, then how can you really say you love that person?
Absolutely.
How can you really say you love your nation if you're not willing to even take a problem that you have to this brother? Like you said, that brother may say, what's like it, brother, this crop right here was for my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For my cousin or something. I know he's down bad right now.
Oh.
Or he may say, you know what, brother? Everybody I have is good. You know what I'm saying? I have nobody else that I need to feed. So that this crop right here, that your ox ate or this crop that you got, you know what I'm saying, that you took by, you may have done it by accident. Don't even sweat it.
That's
you know what I'm saying. But the whole purpose is if you don't go to that brother and have that conversation, one, you will never know what's going on, and then if that brother have an issue with you for doing it, if he don't come to you, then he don't love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole purpose of brotherhood. It's like,
No, that's a heavy point. That's an excellent point. And just to take that off that real quick, you ain't supposed to let the sun go down on your anger either.
That's right.
You know, if that happened, maybe you can't get to the person right away. You know, maybe you find out on Tuesday, but you can't get back to town until Thursday or something like that. You could send word. You could just wait until you see him face to face, which is the better, more appropriate way to deal with some of these matters. Is to get in that room together, at least over the phone. You know however that may need to get set up. Whatever's gonna be the more expedient way to resolve this, so that you're not carrying around this anger and this grudge against that person, because you can't go to the Passover, for example, or a high holy day, and make your sacrifices or give your offering to the altar if you got beef with somebody in the nation. You gotta go settle that. You can't come into these establishments, into these events with any kind of open wound between you and a brother, you and a sister. So that definitely is a heavy point. What Lacombe said, that communication, man, it's so stupid. It is so dumb. Communicating with each other, even to this day, could solve so many of our problems.
That's right.
If we went to each other about it, we talked about it with each other, because you don't know what's going on with that other person either. Accidents happen. And sometimes you're going to have to take a loss. You're going to be mad about this shit. But instead of taking it personal and then, again, becoming the transgressor of the law, have that conversation. Talk it out with him or her. We're going to go back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 22, verse 8 in the Torah. It's going to be starting at verse 9 in the KJV. So verse 8, Al, called the bar, Pashai, Al Shawar, Al Tamawar, Al Shahah, Al Shalomah, Al Gal, Abadah, Ashar, Yamar, Kaya, Hawa'a, Zahah, Ay, Alahayim. And again, you're going to see these words, Alahayim. A lot of people in English, you would pronounce that Elohim. A lot of people want to say that's the name for God or a title for God. Depending on the context, it could be in reference to the Most High. But if you were to read this in English, it's going to be talking about the rulers or the judges in Israel. It's using the Hebrew word Alahayim for judges and rulers in here. Now, instead of letting this scrape against here, making all that noise, pick your chair up and scoot it in to the best of your ability. You might not be able to, but just so we can skip that. So again, you're going to see the word Alahayim, and instead of, in this case, it's not talking about angels or the Most High. It's talking about rulers, powers, authorities, the judges. Yaba'a, the bar, Shanyaham, Ashar, Yorash Yain, Alahai, Yashalam, Shanyam, Laraihua. Verse 9, Kaya, Yathan, Ayash, Al, Raihua, Kamawar, Awa, Shawar, Awa, Shahah, Wakal, Bahama, La Shamar, Wama, Awa, Nashabah, Awa, Nashabah, Ayan, Raha. Verse 10, Shabbat, Yahweh, Tahiyah, Bayan, Shanyaham, La'a, Salat, Yadwa, Ba Malakat, Raihua, Walakak, Ba'al Yuwa, Wala'a, Ya Shalom. Verse 11. Wa'am. Gana. Ya Gana. Ma'aymawa. Ya Shalom. La Ba'ayuwa. Verse 12. Torah. Ya Torah. Ya Bahua. I. Ha Tarapa. La'a. Ya Shalom. Verse 13. Wakaya. Ya Sha'al. Ayash. Ma'ain. Raihua. Wanashabah. Awa. Ma. Ba'ayuwa. Ayan. Yamwa. Shalom. Ya Shalom. Verse 14. Ba'ayuwa. Amwa. La'a. Ya Shalom. Shakaya. Hawa'a. Ba'a. Bashakawa. Slide. Bashakara. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 22. Verses 9. to 15.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 9. For all manner of trespass, whether it be ox or ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn. He shall pay double unto his neighbor.
Now, two people have a dispute on who's the owner of a certain property. Could be your garments, could be your clothes, could be your livestock, could be an inanimate object. So for whatever reason, you two are sitting and fighting over it. In a little bit, we're going to read about what David was going to do in a situation like that. It's like Solomon. It's like, who was it that said cut the baby in half? Solomon?
Solomon.
Yeah. So now you're going to see an extreme here. A lot of people are going to want to use that to see, say, look how bloody and barbaric savages these are. Talking about cutting a baby in half. When we get to that story, you'll understand. Okay?
Shalaki Adawan and the Adam, what you were saying, Solomon was so great, but so stupid. As far as it come to girls.
But he was an exceptional leader.
That's right.
But he was also the downfall of the nation when it split.
That's right.
His actions were the result, or the cause of it. Keep going.
Verse 10. But if a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep and it die or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it.
So now you're giving them, you're asking this person to hold your livestock, and something happens. They get out of the pen, they break the gate down, or they get stolen, snatched up, but there's no witnesses. So now how do you resolve this matter? Keep reading.
Verse 11. Then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, and he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
So now, again, in situations like this, you might just have to take that loss, and you're gonna have to bite your tongue and just gather yourself again. Collect your thoughts, and you're just gonna have to accept the judgment on that. Nobody was around to see it, but this man is swearing to you that he had nothing to do with it. Sometimes things happen. You couldn't. They didn't catch the thief. They didn't see if it got away. They didn't see if they broke through the fence on their own and ran off. And other people just in the wilderness, what have you, just snatch them up themselves. Probably didn't have a brand or a mark on it, so other people would know that it's yours. But sometimes unfortunate things do happen that you're just not going to get paid back for. And that's again something that we take to the judges. So now it's a public matter. So now you definitely you can't get your hands dirty in this at all, because everybody's gonna know it was you. Something happens to that man, falls off the cliff. They're gonna look at you for how he fell off the cliff. He somehow gets stabbed in the neck 52 times. Who knows how that happened? They're probably gonna know. Probably gonna suspect somebody with good reason. So again, things like this, it's important to take it to the council and bring it to the not necessarily bring it to the public, but bring attention to it so that other people are involved as a safeguard between us, if there is no restitution to be made, so that we can still keep this civility again. Keep going.
Come. Verse 12. And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof.
But now we have a situation where we know what happened. All right, yeah, you got robbed. All right, so were you keeping an eye on it? Did you lock up the back door like you were supposed to? Again, you're accepting the responsibility of keeping these goods safe. So now, if you failed on some measure in your part, you're gonna end up paying restitution for it. Go, keep going.
Verse 13. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn.
So again, y'all, a beast, a predatory animal could have got in. And again, there just might not be anything anybody could have done to prevent this. So now, as a witness, as evidence, you're going to bring that torn animal. Even today, you'd have to be pretty creative and pretty skilled to make it look like a lion had attacked your ox, or like a pack of wolves had attacked your ox. That takes some intention to dress the animal in that fashion. The chunks ripped out of it, the scratch marks, the bite marks. There's going to be telltale signs on, and you'll be able to see if it was a pack of animals, if it was more than one, if it was a single one, like a bear. It's like a bear or a lion. Or if it was multiple animals, like a pack of wolves. You'll be able to kind of see. There'll be evidence pointing to one of those directions. But you're going to bring that carcass of the animal all torn up as a witness. Keep going.
Come. Verse 14. And if a man borrow, if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. So
now we're going from another case of just different set of circumstances where prior to you had entrusted some of these goods into a brother's hands. They accepted that responsibility. Now in this case, they're going to you to borrow something, whether it was tools, whether it was maybe they need one of your oxen to help plow their field. They ain't got one of their own yet. Maybe it's too old, it died, it's lame, whatever. But now they're asking to borrow something of yours, and you're not there. But again, they're taking responsibility of it. That's implied. And something were to happen while they were using it, it breaks down, it falls into a ditch, gets eaten up, whatever the damage is, that's your responsibility to pay back. Keep going.
Come. Verse 15. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire.
So now again, you're going to be paid. This is kind of implicit on you're going to be paid for that person to borrow your whatever the item might have been. But now you're present. So now the responsibility of keeping an eye on it, making sure nothing happened to it, that's on you. You are right there. You're still the owner of it. They paid you some money for it, but you're there. You're present to kind of oversee it. something bad happens, it's your responsibility. You're just gonna have to take that loss as well, because you also agreed to this deal. Keep going, or it's like that was it in the Hebrew, or it's like in the English. Back to the Hebrew, verse 15. Wakaya, Yapatha, Ayash, Bathwala, it's like Bathwala, Ashar, La'a, Arsha, Washaka, Aima, Mahar, Yamaharani, Lawa, Lasha. Verse 16. Amwa, it's like Mawa, Yamawa, Abaya, Lathatha, Lawa, Kasa, Yashakwa, Kamaha, Abathwa, it's like Ha Bathwala. Verse 17. Makashapa, Laha, it's like La'a, Tahaya. Verse 18. Ka, Shaka, Ain, Bahama, Mawa, Wayama. Verse 19. Zabak, La'alahayim, Hacharam, Balathia, La Yahweh, Lababu. Verse 20. Wagar, La'a, Tawana, Wala'a, Thalakha, Tazanwa, Kaya, Garyam, Hayayatham, Baratazar, Matazarium. Verse 21. Call Almanah, Wayathawam, La'a, Thainawan. Back to the English. Verse 16 to 22.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 16. It's like chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So you go out, you kicking it, you see a young lady, and y'all hook up right away. Now we don't do one night stands in Israel. That she is to be endowed as your wife. So now you got a responsibility and an obligation to her. Keep going.
Verse 17. If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
So now you already did the deed, but that father is not having. He's not on board with that at all. The tradition in Israel, the appropriate way to go about matters like this: if you see a young lady that you're interested in, you go to her father, or you go to the leading man in her family. It could be a brother, it could be an uncle, or it could be like, for example, like in the UPK, it could be her camp leader. So now you take this matter to them before you sleep with each other. That way you can avoid any complications, any stepping on anybody's toes. She ain't betrothed to nobody, but maybe her father had somebody else in mind. Not your simple ass that just saw her, got lustful, and then gained her. If she's young, she's influential, she's easily manipulated. That's why, again, he enticed her. That's like a form of manipulation. You gotta, you're spitting game to him, and her dumbass fell for it. And now you laid with her, and you took something very valuable from her and from her father. He's supposed to give her away to a man, and he's supposed to approve of that marriage. But y'all jumped the gun on it. He refused to honor this. So I got to double check on this, but I believe it. Yeah, he has to pay according to the dowry of a virgin, which is going to be an expensive dowry, especially if that sister got skill sets. Keep going.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
We will not tolerate drug dealers, especially listen in the kingdom. You ain't whipping nothing up. You're not mixing and matching nothing. You're not a chemist. You're not a pharmacist. These people, they're making concoctions that would be mind-altering substances to make you lazy, make you dull, make you dumb, make you easily influenced by it, which is what we see happens with drugs here. I don't care if listen, weed is an herb. So is rosemary. So is oregano. Now I just made this excellent showbread. I put the rosemary in the showbread. I didn't pack it into a pipe and smoke it. There's a medicinal applications to certain things that need to be dealt with appropriately. That's why you go see a physician. You see what's wrong with you, what's professionally diagnosed, and then what the solutions or remedies to that are. Whatever treatment plan that is, that the doctor would give you. Not what you not self-medicate you. Like we were so quick to go on like WebMD. Yeah, my skin's a little bit red. I got a rash right here, so I can smoke crack. So I can stop itching at that rash. Next thing you know, you itching a hole in your arm. You know what I'm saying? So we got judges, we got men in place to navigate these kind of scenarios, which is we do not suffer them to live. That is not going to be allowed. That's not going to be tolerated in our communities. We have the power to stop it now, but a lot of the people that would be in a position to lead their kids away from it, they're also the ones doing it. So you're going to sit there and do your drugs, telling your kids drugs are bad, and you expect them to listen to you? They're going to follow your example. They're going to do them drugs, and they're going to lie to you because you're sitting there doing drugs and lying to your kids. They're going to do them same drugs and lie to you. So I'm saying it's so important to root elements like this out of our neighborhoods, out of our communities, out of our families. Keep going.
Verse 19. Whosoever lieth with the beast shall surely put to death.
Yeah, that's just sick. That is sick, that is twisted, that is abominable. And you are not going to expose that kind of filth and debauchery to our children. So I believe, I don't know if it's going to be in this part of it too, but also that animal needs to get destroyed too. Because again, there could be learned behaviors. You know, animals are very basic creatures. They're very stupid, very dumb creatures. And especially with mammals, we're all very, we're sensationalists. You want to feel something, excitement, pleasure, joy. So you see things like this going on, that might entice another individual to engage in the same activities. These people, normally when we have an execution, somebody gets stoned to death, it's a public matter. The charges are made public, the execution is made public. And Lord allow that to be a strong enough deterrent to stop anybody else from committing them acts. But things like this, listen, they get put to death quick, with a quickness. Go ahead.
Verse 20. He that sacrifice unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed.
So now again, we read it here. It doesn't say they're going to get killed. Doesn't mean that doesn't say they're going to get stoned, by the judges or by the public. But they are going to be destroyed. The Lord will see to it that these people get destroyed when you're sacrificing unto idols. Keep going.
Verse 21. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, don't just be an asshole. It's like for the language. Don't just be a jerk about things. This would be abhorrent. When you're vexing a stranger, of it, that would fit more the definition of abhorring somebody. we were strangers in the land too. That stress, that there's a lot of weight on your shoulders already. Being a stranger in a foreign land, for you to take that out on somebody else. Now, even if this stranger is a heathen, you're still not supposed to treat people like that for no reason. Now, if you got an out with that person, it's kind of a different story. But again, there's that fine line of now being the transgressor of the law. Maybe you just don't like the person. So what? Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your hands to yourselves. We don't steal from people. We don't sell drugs to people. We don't go jumping people and beating them up. We don't go slandering them and gossiping and lying about them. Running around, running your mouth about them. Keep it to yourself. If you got to out that person, go to him and him alone. You can't resolve it there. You take it to the council. But don't just vex people just because. Keep going. That's right. That was the end of 21. Back into the Hebrew. Verse 22. Actually, yeah, you're supposed to read 22. My fault. Go ahead.
Verse 22. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child.
There's an obligation to our women and children as a nation to provide for them, to protect them, to not be, a burden to them as well. So don't just because you might be unhappy or something, you came up in a broken home, or your life is a mess and you angry about stuff. Don't go taking it out on these widows and these fatherless children who ain't got their protector there no more. And as a nation, it is our duty to be that protection for them. Now back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 22, verse 22. Aina, Taina, Athwa, Kaya, Tazaiku, Yatazaiku, Alya, Shemai, Ashemai, Tazaikwatu, verse 23. Wachara, Apaya, Waharagatia, Athgam, Bachara, Wahaywa, Nasayakam, Alamanwa, Wabanyakam, Yathamayam, verse 24. Kasa, Talawa, I'm ya, Ayanya, Amaka, Laa, Tahia, Lawa, Kanasha, Laa, Tashayamuan, Aywa, Nashika, verse 25. Kabal, Takabal, Shalamak, Raika, Ai, Ba'a, Hashamash, Tatshayabango, Lawa, verse 26. Kaya, Hawa'a, Kasawatwa, Labada, Hawa'a, Shamalathwa, La'irawa, Bama, Yashika, Wahaya, Kaya, Yatazaikwa, Alya, Washamaipya, Kaya, Hano, stop it. Hanawan, Anya, verse 27. Alahai, La'a, Takwa, Wanashaya, Ba'imaka, la'a, ta'ar. Verse 28. Malatak, Wadamaika, la'a, ta'akha, bakawa, banyaka, tatan, laya. Back into the English. 23 to 29.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 23. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. Verse 24. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless.
So now it's good.
So did we read this last?
Yeah. Yeah, we paid attention to what I said at the beginning of the class.
Yes, sir.
I don't think you were because you just asked me that question.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's letting you know, listen, don't afflict these widows of these fatherless kids. If they cry unto me, I'm going to make your wives and your children fatherless also, and husbandless. So the same people that you were being a burden to, vexing, the same thing is going to happen to your women and your children, and you're not going to want them to be vexed or afflicted by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So again, watch your actions. That whole kind of golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Keep going.
Verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him an usurer.
As an usurer.
As an usurer. Neither shall thou lay upon him usury.
Amongst each other, we do not charge interest on any loans that we make to people. If you're going to help them, financially, whatever you contributed to them, whatever you gave them, they're only obligated to pay you back that much. You're not to make some secret side deals saying, I know that we're not supposed to apply usury, but, if you're asking me for, $5,000, you need to give me back $6,000. They ain't no secret, handshakes behind the scenes like that. That is a law and a standard in Israel. Keep going.
Verse 26. If thou at all take my neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down.
If maybe they need maybe they borrowing your leather coat to go out for the night or something like that. Return at the end of the day. Give them their stuff back at the end of the night. Don't take that stuff home with you. Keep going.
Verse 27. For that is his covering only, and it is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. Verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Verse 29.
No, that was it. Just again, your voice kind of tapered off at the end of it. Finish strong. Read it loud throughout the whole thing. Back into the Hebrew. Verse 27. It's like I may have accidentally overlapped here a little bit too much myself. It kind of throws us off with that last chapter, how that ended and started. But we'll continue verse 27 here. Alahayim, la'a, takwawal. It's like it takwalal. Wanashia, Baimaka, La'a, Ta'a. Verse 28. Mala'athak, Wadama'aita, La'a, Ta'acha, Bakawo, Banyaka, Tathan, Laya. Verse 29. Khan, Taisha, La Sharak, the Tazana, Shabai, Yum Yum, Yahya, Aim, Amwa, Bayuam, Hashamayanya, Tathanwa, Laya. Verse 30. Wanash. It's like Wanashia, Kodash, Tahiyawan, Laya, Wabashar, Bashara, Tarpa, La'a, Takalwa, Lakala, Tashalakuan, Athwa. Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. La'a, Tasha'a, Shamai, Shawa, La'al, the Shah, Yarka, Ain, Rashai, Lahiyah, Ai, Hamas. Verse 2. La'a, Tahiyah, Acharia, Rabiam, La'ra'ai, Wala'a, Taina, Al, Rabah, Lanatah, Acharia, Rabiam, Lahatah. Verse 3. Wadah, La'a, Tahadah, Baryabu. Back into the English.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
Now, again, this is just talking about dedicating your family to the same servitude as yourself, to the same inheritance, to the same oath that your forefathers swore, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and what Moses was given at the burning bush. Actually, I think we're going to get into that. Didn't we? Maybe we already went over, but I thought it was about to get into the Ten Commandments. But yeah, we might have already done that. Keep going.
Come. Verse 30. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen, and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it me. Verse 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. Chapter 23, verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report Put not thine hand with the wicked, to be an unrighteous witness.
So again, there's that line between you being in the right and you being in the wrong. If you don't know intimately the details about a certain matter, just stay out of it. Keep your mouth shut. Don't stick your hand in with that bird or whatever mess is getting stirred up there. Just stay out of it. Keep to yourself. Because if you end up being a false witness or an unrighteous witness, and if something were to happen to that person as a result of your testimony that is inaccurate, that's a lie, you're going to be responsible for that bloodshed as well. I don't know if it's going to get into it directly here, but there is that standard to where if you lie on somebody, you're the reason why somebody gets put to death, because of a false statement or something like that. That blood is on your hands. Keep going.
Verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many, to wresh judgment.
So again, I'm sure everybody's mother, used this phrase at some point, or the father, if all your friends go jumping off a bridge, are you going to join them? You see a bunch of, there was a video a while back about some kid getting all masked up and shit like that to go join a riot or protest, something like that. A young brother, and his mom jumped in. She recognized the kid. She jumped in and she drove his ass out of there by force, because he was about to join this crowd. They're gonna, who knows what they would have done. Could have been a peaceful protest for all we know, but it could have been looting too. It could have been causing trouble, vandalism, destruction of property, graffiti, whatever they may have been up to. Stay out. If you see a group of people going out there to do something stupid, don't just jump in because a whole bunch of people are doing it. I don't care how cool they are to you, how exciting it might seem to you. You got a dull life, and you think throwing a brick through a Walgreens window is going to somehow add some benefit to you. It's not. That's going to get you in trouble with the wrong people that you don't want to be in trouble with. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your hands to yourself, man. If you ain't got nothing, if you don't have anything accurate to contribute to a judgment matter, stay out. You're not a judge. You're some dude with a face mask. Shut up. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 3. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause.
Just want to double check on that word. All right, so the use of this word is going to be in support. Normally when we see countenance, it's about your outward expression on a matter. So if you're at the gym and you're pushing up 400 pounds, your face is going to be looking like you're pushing up 400 pounds. Your body language, the strain that you're on. If you're angry, your countenance, that stern look on your face, them evil eyes. That's your countenance. But in this case, it's talking about the support. So you could say, do not support a man in his cause. Now, you might see somebody asking for change. You might know exactly what they're about to spend that change on, but it could be for food. It could be for the right thing. Chances are, they're trying to, they're trying to pick up a bottle, or pick up some drugs or something like that. But you're still showing charity to that person, because they could legit be hungry. But if like don't buy the crack for them, even if you know that money's going to be going to picking up some drugs. Don't go buy the crystal meth for them. Don't go buy the bottle for them. But give them that money, and Lord allow they'll use it in the right spirit. Go get some food, or go get a bus pass or something like that. So they got to walk all over the place. Whatever they're saying that they need the money for. Some people be honest with you. Listen, I'm trying to get a 4-pack. All right, drinking ain't a sin, but being a drunkard is. Some of these people don't need that drink. But don't sit there and what's the word? Don't feed into whatever their addiction is. So we stop there. So like we got 9 verses left. There was a little staggering with the verses in between the Hebrew and the English. So we'll just read the last 9 verses in the Hebrew and English, and then they'll close out the prayers there. Salakia. Yashala. Exodus chapter 23, verse 4. Kaya, Papagai, Sawar, Ayabaka, Awa, Kamaru, Ta'aiha, Hashab, Tashayabamba, Lawa, verse 5. Kaya, Tara'a, Hamawar, Sana'aka, Rabataza, Taka, Masa'awu. It's like Wa Karala, Ma'izah, Lawa. It's like Lawa, Izab, Ta'izab, Amwa, verse 6. La'a, Tata, Mashapa, Abianika, Bariyabu, verse 7. Madabar, Shaquar, Tharakat. It's like a Tharakat. Wanakuya, Watazariya, Taharat, Kayat, La'a, Atazariya, Rashai, Razay, Wasakat, La'a, Taqwa, Kayat, Hashakad, Yahweh, Fakakayam, Wayasalat, Dabar, Tazariyakim, verse 9. Wagar, La'a, Talakataza, Watham, Yadaitham, Napash, Hagar, Kaya, Garyam, Hayayatham, Barataza, Maltazar, verse 10. Washashah, Shanyam, Tazarai, Arad Tazaka, it's like Aratazaka, Wasapa, Tabawa, it's like Tabawa Tha, verse 11. Wahash Sabayai, Tashamatana, Wanad Tashatha, Wakalwa, Abianya, Imaka, Wayatharam, Ta'akal, Khayat, Hashada, Khan, Taifsha, La Karamaka. Lazayata. Verse 12. Shashat. Yum Yum. Taisha. Maishayata. Wabayawam. Hashabiaya. Tashaba. Lamain. Yanawak. Shawaraka. Sawaraka. Wachamarka. Wayanapa. Ban Amataka. Yahagar. That's the last set in Hebrew, back into the English. So reading from Exodus chapter 23, verses 4 through 12.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 4. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again.
Again, we're not thieves. We're not meant to be spiteful. Even if that is the enemy, that's still his livelihood. That's his property. So if you know any of its whereabouts, you can't unsee it now. You know where it is. You know it belongs to them. Send word. Keep them safe. And then send word to the owner. Let them know, listen, it's about a mile down the road. I saw him over there. I got a couple men watching over it. It's safe. Just, letting you know where to come pick it up. If it makes you feel any better, say something about his mama too. I don't know. Just do the right thing and keep the property safe. Go ahead. It's like you good.
If I could, even with that being said, sir, if you got all with the brother and you do something like that, that may kill the whole off.
Hey, real life. Hey, clap it up for that. That is absolutely a heavy point. Things like that, along with communication, things like that help restore brotherhood. Because you might not have been. Normally, if you have an enemy, how would I say, especially in the nation of Israel, chances are at one point you guys weren't enemies. Because like something must have happened between y'all to become enemies. Whatever interaction you guys had. So you could have been friends at one point. It could be family. And, maybe something went wrong. Maybe it was one of these cases where you gave him some of your property and then it went up missing, but he got found innocent. And now you're kind of holding that grudge against him. Or just maybe there's just friction between y'all. But even still, something like this, humbling yourself, stepping away from your ego or from your hurt feelings and doing the right thing in these cases, that could be that catalyst to restoring that brotherhood and to make sure that y'all ain't enemies no more. You ain't got to be best friends with everybody, but you're damn sure we got to eliminate the enmity between us. Keep going.
Verse 5. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him.
It's like when you're reading too, keep an eye on some of the punctuation marks. Like that comma there. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee, pause, because you got the comma there. Lying under his burden, pause, because you got the comma there. And what's therefore, and it's like, and wouldst forbear to help him, pause, because you got the comma there. Thou shalt surely help with him. So just the sentence structure of it to convey the thought that's going on here more cohesively. Because if you just run the sentence all back to back, it's going to kind of water down the picture that's being painted. So start again from the top about yourself.
Come, sir. Verse 5. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee.
That's the first part. Keep going.
Lying under his burden.
That's the second part of it. Keep going.
And wouldest forbear to help him.
That's the third part of this. Keep going.
Thou shalt surely help with him.
And that's the fourth part, the ending of kind of the conclusion. So if you see the ass of him that hated thee, and it's lying under his burden, and wouldst forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help. Or it's like thou shalt surely help with him. So again, even if you see him going through something, or whatever the circumstances might be, and you have the ability to help, it's now incumbent on you to help. Again, you can't unsee it. You can't just ignore the matter. There's a precept. It's like I'm paraphrasing it, but let every man seek another man's wealth. So we are kind of, we are obligated to want each other to prosper, to want each other to be successful. So now again, if you see this man's ass or his ox, it's not just limited to that one kind of animal. You see any of his livestock going astray, or you escape from the pen or whatnot, or somebody stole it, and you witness it, you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't just be negligent and do nothing about it. You have to engage. Keep going.
Verse 6, thou shalt not rest. It's like, thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in his cause.
Now again, this is, when it's talking about poor, it doesn't always have to mean like you're destitute, you're broke financially, but like kind of poor in the sense of burdened, unfortunate, going through something, going through a hardship maybe, or poor, like kind of in the quality of life. Yeah, thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. Again, you're not to vex that person, not to be a burden to that person. That judgment isn't on you to give. So if you're gonna be like, well, no, that's my enemy, I'm not gonna return these sheep to him. I'm not gonna tell him where the ass is or where the ox went. I'm just gonna let it be. He was irresponsible. He let it happen. I mean, you don't know the circumstances, but now you're rationalizing in your head as to why you don't have to lift the finger to help him. Keep going.
Verse 7, keep thee far from a false matter.
Again, don't get involved in things that, maybe gossip, lies. Somebody gets accused of a certain crime. You don't know the facts of the matter, or the details of the case. You got no business getting involved yourself. Stay out of it. Keep going. And those are just some examples. Like, keep going.
And the innocent and righteous slay thou not.
Again, it's not for you to judge. You're a civilian. You're a bystander. You're not a judge. You're not an elder in the nation. You don't have the experience. You ain't got the compassion. You ain't got the unbiased stance to appropriately judge a matter or execute a judgment onto somebody. So again, the poor, the innocent, the innocent and the righteous, slay thou not. A lot of this is just going to be your inexperience in how to judge a matter, and you're interjecting yourself anyway. Keep reading. You need to keep an eye where you're at, man. There you go.
For I will not justify the wicked.
And that's one point that a lot of people are going to overlook, especially a lot of Old Testament Israelites, that just stick by the letter of the law. They would rather see damn near everybody get stoned and put to death versus, properly investigating the matter, seeing who's innocent, seeing who's actually guilty, seeing if there is an actual problem worthy of, these kind of severe judgments. Because the Most High is not going to justify the wicked. You're not going to get away with it. If you got your hand in it, if you decided to wrest judgment of the poor and you didn't keep from a false matter, and the innocent or the righteous get, persecuted for it, the Lord ain't going to forget that. The same way that if you are vexing or afflicting the fatherless or the widow, the Most High is going to hear their cries too. He's going to know the truth. And when things start going wrong in your life, that light bulb better flicker on, letting you know, all right, this is where you messed up. How can you make this right? Stay away from these false matters. Don't be a false. Don't give raise a false report. Don't put your 2 cents in with the wicked. Just stay the hell away from it. We got judges and men that are wise and experienced in place to settle these matters, to judge it. It ain't you. Keep going.
Verse 8. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise, and perverteth the words of the righteous.
That's talking about like the bribe. That's gonna again that's gonna make you buy it. Somebody's buying your vote or your confidence. You know, we're not supposed to be that thirsty for money, that hard up for money, or that easily manipulated. I take, to take a little gift, a little bit of money, some incense, some food, some gifts. Maybe it's a car, or back then maybe it was, a chariot, or a dozen heads of cattle or something like that. Don't let your integrity be bought. Keep going.
Verse 9. Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
You know what that feels like, man. Don't do it to somebody else. Go ahead.
Verse 10. In 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shall gather in the fruits thereof.
Keep going.
Verse 11. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still.
So now you're giving the earth a chance to kind of recoup, to refresh itself. So this is talking about giving it a whole year off. If you've got, acres of land, even today, farmers will rotate their crops so that you're not just leaching all the nutrients from that same plot of soil year after year after year after year. You're rotating your crops, you're letting that land breathe and rest and recoup after so many years of nutrients, providing all the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals to your crops. Keep going.
That the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave, the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard.
And more to the point of this, what this is talking about, on that last year, that would be the year of Jubilee, that 7th year. You're supposed to let not just that land rest for that recuperation time, but also let all those plants, let all the fruit of those plants, the harvest of those plants, let that be for the people too, for the poor, for the fatherless, for the widows, for those that can't afford it. You've got all this land, you got all these crops, you've been, hustling and flipping it all these past 6 years. And that 7th year, to give that land a break and to give some charity back to the people, let them yield the harvest. Go on.
Verse 12. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thy ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid, and the stranger may be refreshed.
So there you go. So that's the end of it. So again, giving people a break from work. So that includes your slaves, your servants. On that 7th day, on that Sabbath, everything gets a chance to rest. All your work animals, all your handmaids, all their children, everybody that would have been working for you, everything gets to rest. The land, the animals, and the people. So with that, we will that concludes the reading portion of the Sabbath service. We'll conclude with the prayers. Mariam, you can stand. Find Yakudam, turn to face the east. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. Abanaw, Ashemai, Shabbat, Tamar, Shabbat, Ayah, Shabbat, In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debt. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the cock and the evil, the power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Hakushah. Thunderna. Hakak. Call my wife. Hakak. I'm not to the right. Hakak. Hakwi. Hamaki. Hakak. Harakwa. Hakama'ala. In English, Yahweh, name Yahushua. Please give us the power. Give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, how to cleanse the lepers, how to raise the dead, how to against them in spirit, how to cast them out. In name Yahushua. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Rockland. Yasha'ah. Wahabayat Safari. Hashem Yahushua. In English, Yahweh. In Yahushua. Bless Servce Yasha'ah. In the school. In name Yahushua. So be it. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ayani. Son, Shalom, Yahweh, Shemar, In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. Whence cometh my help? Where is my help from your house? Made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth the eyes shall shall neither slumber nor sleep. How is thy keeping? How is thy shed upon thy right hand? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night.
shall preserve it from all evil.
Yah shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Thou shalt preserve thy going out
Yah shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
It's not for.
It is not for.
Even forevermore.
Even
Psalm 23 in the Hebrew, Al-Hayim.
Al-Hayim.
Al-Yalaka.
Al-Yalaka.
Al-Tafaraj.
Al-Tafaraj.
Al-Tashwa.
Al-Tashwa.
Al-Kayakana.
Kayakana.
Al-Yabika. Al-Yaman.
Yaman.
Al-Shanayika.
Yah
Al-Awara'a.
shall
Al-Amin.
Al-Amin.
Al-Yabu.
Yah
Sawara. Waya. Kayakatazawa.
Yah shall
Al-Tazapawandika.
Yah
Amaru.
Yah
Lakawa.
Yah
Unakakina.
Yah
Bagawi. Wala'a. Yazakar.
Yah
Sham Yashahab.
shall
Awa.
Awa.
Kaya. Nawa. Atazawa.
Yah shall
La.
La.
Khan.
Yah
Abi. Baya.
Yah
Yakara.
Yah
Ahali.
Yah
Imam.
Yah
Baya Shmaya Yam.
Yah
Awa.
Yah
Gari. Ba. Muwan. Amala. Al-Shah.
Yah shall
Amishabi.
Yah shall
Tazawo.
Tazawo.
Mashawo.
Tazawo.
Yalawa. Imam.
Yah
Aywa.
Yah
Arwat. Banilawa.
Yah
Salah. Aishalaham.
Yah
Mahdi. Yam Sara'ah.
Yah
Kayabi.
Yah
Antar.
Yah
Oyaswan. Shamaru.
Yah
Bayan the Arab.
Yah
Aywa. Iman.
Yah
Dam.
Yah
Shadam. The Daya Muwa. Kara. Akazah. Sabbath. Akazah. Oh, the same thumb. Shaw. Mar. Yayusha. Nawa. Nawa. Hay. Haya. Shaitam. Kagagala. Watch. Panya Raka. Ka'ach. Sama Ira. Yair. Kalahap. Aryam. Khan Garda. Masar. Possible Pop. Sabalaham. Mala'at. Anyaham. Pagawan. Yabakwash. Shankat. Yahaw. Yabash. Bayabahawa. Ya'ai. Yatapar. Ya'ad. Ya'ad. Ya'thak. Shankat. Yahaw. Hak. Ayawan. Cow. In English, keep not outside until God.
He not the silence of God.
We're not that peace.
Lord, that peace.
Be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies that tumble.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They can take crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden one.
They have consulted against thy people.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off from me the nation.
and let them all be a nation.
And in the outside hour may be no more remember. For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
Confederate against thee.
They have confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of evil.
Tabernacles of evil.
The Ishmaelites.
And the Israelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
Green.
And the Greeks.
Jamal.
Jamal.
And Ammon.
And
And the Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre.
with them. They
So also is joined with them.
saw all of them.
They hope in the children of Lot.
They have understood the law.
Salah. Doing to them is unto the Midianites.
Stood the building of the law.
Exodus there. Exodus Jabin. The brook of Kisan.
After the saw,
His parents to Endor.
they
Became his dung for the earth.
had to down here.
Make the nobles like Mored.
They left the laws like this.
Like said. Yeah. The princes added Sabah.
I have referenced the law.
And added Salmon.
Salmon.
Who said,
Who said,
let's take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
"Let's take the sons of God to possession."
Oh, my power.
Oh, my power.
Like the wheel.
Like the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
That's the wind.
As the fire burnt the wood.
That's the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the wind set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So that you can live out.
And made them afraid of that storm.
Next storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
See that.
Oh, Yahweh.
Oh, yeah.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yeah. We put the shame of parents. And then they know that now. They belong to you. The Most High. We're on the earth. Pray for the power structure in Hebrew, bro. Tell you how we have a shot. Bless you, Yahweh. Maybe every hand. The office. Troopers. Editors. Maybe I was shot. So big. Blessed be you, Yahweh. Heaven and earth. All things living. Yahweh. Maybe I was shot. Listen to us now. Right now. He was cursed. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Our prophets. Our teachers. Princes. Priests. There's like brothers. And the school. And he was cursed. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasure of the rich of Israel. I refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. And he was cursed. And punishment and destruction. To the Edomite. Nation. The drug dealer. Corpses. Prisons. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Old Catholic Church. Pope. Islam. Christianity. Religion. Religion for Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Hospital ties. Gay movie. Lesbian. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. Space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. The airway. Cable access channel. Radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. Bring swift destruction. All the heathen. That stand in the way. Try to stop us. Broadcast your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plague. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth to consume them. The plague shake the house of the thief. The murder. The house shot. The Gabriel. Now the flying saucer. Punch all the heathen. Come up against us. As we speak thy word. Also we know by all. It's the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media. Cause to the whole world. Cause to shake it like them. And I'm shot you always. So be it. Start to the front. Turn to me. Salute the Torah. Yahbashim Yahshabrak. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the scrolls. Scrolls.
Yahbashim Yahshabrak. Yo.
Step to the side. Step to the side. And then down.
Yahbashim Yahshabrak. Yo. Yahbashim Yahshabrak. Yo.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Yah. Salute to the brothers, men of Israel, mighty Shabbat, mighty Barak, Yahweh, Yahweh. Salute to the sisters, men of Israel, mighty Shabbat, mighty Barak, Yahweh. That concludes Sabbath service.